All right, we will open the hearing on House Bill 1259 and ask the clerk to read the title, please.
Relating to daylight saving time.
Chairman Ruby and members of the Transportation Committee, Roger Maki, representative from District 26 in Watford City. A constituent of mine is asking to get rid of the switching of the clock from daylight saving or daylight standard time to daylight savings time. And I'll give you a little brief history on it. 1966, daylight savings time was adopted and a nationwide system established by the Uniform Time Act of 1966. Daylight savings time was once known as wartime defense. And Congress and the Secretary of Transportation are the only ones that can change the boundaries of the daylight savings time. So this bill, House Bill number 1259, is asking that we'd stay on standard time all the time. We'd get rid of never change over to daylight savings time. And in effect, that would, we have part of the state in mountain time, part of the state in daylight savings time or central time. Central time would line and the mountain time line will stay the same. Nothing would change. They just stay on the standard time only. It would not change the boundaries of anything. It would just, we can, from my studies of what I've gathered so far, there's no regulations that we can't change this and stay on standard time. I myself have seen no benefits of changing the clock, besides it makes life miserable for myself. I could see in the day when we had candles and stuff maybe, but I think that was a myth because I couldn't find a whole lot about it. I guess the very first time it was ever implemented was in Germany in 1930 something or another. But on House Bill 1259, I'm asking for a due pass vote on this bill, and I stand open for questions.
Representative Maki, you had an amendment to, I believe you wanted to propose. Is that correct?
Well, I think it got. I didn't have to make an amendment on it because it got done.
This is still your first version, though.
This is still the first version?
Yep. Are you waiting for something from Legislative Council on that?
I was waiting on something from the Legislative Council, and I had to make an amendment on it, but the proper one was turned in the first case, and I sent it to the JP, the guy that, besides, I give this to JP, and he's extra information. JP is a guy that has a non-profit organization in Arizona, and they've got several states that are lobbying with this because there's a lot of health issues that go with this. And I included a letter from one of my constituents in Watford City. And this bill, from my understanding and the way it's written right now, is correct. I stand corrected if it isn't. We'll make
Yeah, I
a
think-
motion on it.
I think, well, I think we want to see it before we make a motion on it, but we won't act on this immediately after the hearing. We'll verify, because I know he emailed you some stuff. I think I got a copy of it. I was copied on that. And if this is the 1,000 version, that means it hasn't been, there's no amendment. So I don't know if Ben could check with Legislative Council. If you sent it to somebody up there, they would be preparing an amendment then that would show an amended version. So we'll check into that. Any questions from committee for Representative Maki? Representative Casper.
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Maki, you weren't here, but I had a similar bill 1 or 2 sessions ago. I'm just wondering, how many hate emails have you received from southwestern North Dakota yet?
Chairman Ruby and Representative Casper, I have received none.
Good for you.
Representative Greenegg?
Thank you, Mr. Chairman. Representative Casper, I introduced it in 2017, and it pretty much consumed my email box and ended like a brush fire on the floor.
I'm wondering if you two were attempting to put them into Central Time. That would have been what they didn't like if you did. No, they didn't. Okay, all right. Well, I know the gentleman that Representative Maki referenced it does have some testimony, and it's in opposition, but that's to the current form. And it would be support if it was in the amended form, depending on how it was written by Legislative Council. So I think that's what we'll certainly hold the bill to make sure we have that information, and then have it in the form that the experts in the area in this field would agree that it's worded properly and that we can have the right verbiage in it. So. Further questions from committee? Okay, seeing none. Thank you, Representative Maki.
Thank you, Chairman Ruby and members of the committee.
All right, anyone else here to speak in support of House Bill 1259? Welcome, Carol.
Good afternoon, Chairman and members of the committee. For the record, my name is Carol Two Eagles, and I stand in support of this bill in any form. I grew up farming, and when daylight savings time kicked in, it threw the cows off their milk, and it raised a real stinko with my schedule towards the end of the school year. Then later, I farmed and ranched on my own around other businesses that I built, because I've never been with less than 3 at a crack. Amongst them, I raised bucking horses and I raised goats for meat and milk. Daylight savings time threw them off too. And it was hard on production, it was hard on me trying to adjust. I really dislike daylight savings time. So I wish that you would support staying with standard time, whether it's central or mountain, I don't care. Just keep it the same all year. If anyone has any questions, I'll stand for those.
Well, I don't have a question, but, well, I guess it kind of leads to one, but, I knew some farmers that milked in where I live, and what they did is they kept the cows on the same schedule. As they either just got up at 4 or 5 to keep the cows consistent, so they didn't get thrown off from it. Is that something that you attempted?
Some of my friends have tried it. They said it didn't work. Somehow the cow seems to know. I don't know. But it's hard on the farmer, that's for sure. You know, when I was milking as a child, I lived with an auntie and an uncle. And Monday through Friday, I got up at 4:30 every morning and raced out to the barn. And I had chores to do, and I had to be back in the house by 5 to 6, change clothes, eat breakfast, be at the end of the driveway at 6:05 to catch a bus. When daylight savings time would kick in, it was the end of our school year up there. And then I had to get up at 3:30. That's murder. It really is. It didn't do anything for my disposition, that's for sure. And the animals seem to know the difference. They really do. So I don't know how they know. I don't care how they know. I just know that the production changed, and if we had a bad-tempered cow in the barn, and everybody had at least one, she'd take it out on me. I was getting her up too early, I guess. But yeah, I don't know that matters. I really don't. And a lot of farmers that I know today maintain that daylight savings time is for city people. It's not for us who are country people. And I'm not actively farming or ranching now. I'm more into prairies and things like that. But I still wake up at 4:30 Central Time every day after all those decades. And when the clock changes and I roll over and I look at the clock, it takes me a minute or 10 to adjust. I wish it'd just keep it the same all the time. I really do.
Okay, well,
Thank you.
This will do it. All right, thank you, Carol.
Have a great day.
Yep. All right, anyone else here to speak in support of House Bill 1259? Yep, please come up.
Hello everyone, my name is Clare Burslem. I'm testifying in favor of House Bill 1259. This is because permanent standard time is not only convenient, but it's healthier and safer. After looking into various studies, I found research showing that observing daylight savings is negative to the body's natural circadian rhythm. This is because daylight in the morning is significantly better at waking up the body naturally compared to dark mornings. And likewise, the delayed darkness in the evening makes it harder for the body to naturally fall asleep. When thinking about safety, permanent standard time allows for more light in the mornings, which increases visibility for people driving, at bus stops, or walking. It's also safer for children going to school in the morning to have more light. Increased daylight in the morning also can decrease car accidents because of the better visibility. And in addition, people tend to be more awake when it is lighter outside, which reduces safety risks and incidents. Because of all these reasons, I think it would be in the public's best interest to get rid of daylight savings and to promote schedule consistency, sleep health, and safety with permanent standard time. Thank you for listening, and I stand for questions at this time.
Well, thank you. Claire, was it?
Yes.
Since you had such fine prepared testimony, would we be able to get a copy of that email for the clerk?
Yes, I did submit it online.
Oh, you did?
Before this, like
Okay.
a few hours ago.
Okay. Yeah, I don't see it yet. Maybe it'll take some time to refresh, but
Okay.
but yeah, if otherwise, if we could get it, it helps them. But you did very well. Good points there. Questions from committee? All right. See none. Thank you.
Thank you.
Anyone else here to speak in support of House Bill 1259? Anyone else in support? Seeing none, anyone here in opposition to House Bill 1259? Seeing none, we'll close the hearing on House Bill 1259. All right, committee, as I said, I think we'll double check to make sure we have the right form with that. I don't think that is too much problem to do. We'll take that up at another time. Let's take a break and come back at 3:45 and then talk about a few more bills. Okay, committee, let's come back to order. You were all handed out a copy of the amendment that was prepared. It was Representative Maki did get that drafted, and Representative Maki, have you had a chance to really review it and present the differences, or should we just go through it as a committee?
Somebody has any questions?
Okay. Well, committee, the language changes were suggested by that JP that has the testimony, and obviously Legislative Council has made the changes, and so my assumption is it's worded correctly. And it basically is relating to how many hours slower than Greenwich time, and the correct degree of longitude west of the Greenwich, and so I mean it's all very technical that I don't think I have the expertise to really know if that's right or not, but Legislative Council reviews a lot of that as far as we understand, and with I guess advice and consultation of the gentleman that has that nonprofit, that their goal is basically to try get the country back on just one time zone, or not time zone, but time, rather than go to daylight savings time. And they're basically because of the disruption in lives, the health conditions, and all the other things that Representative Mackey talked about, this would, I guess, be the version we'd want to push out one way or another, whether it goes up or down. I think we want it in the form that he wants it. It's the .01001 version that you have. Representative Freilich?
Yes, Mr. Chairman, thank you. I would make a motion that we amend House Bill 1259 to version 250767010001.
I'd second that.
All right. We have a motion from Representative Freilich for the amendment, and seconded by Representative Johnston. Further discussion? Okay, we'll do a voice vote on that. All those in favor signify by saying aye. Aye. Those opposed, nay. Motion carries. And so we now have an amended bill before us. What are the wishes of the committee?
Mr. Chair,
Representative Freilich?
just for cautionary sake, I was just wondering if it would be worth it to have the amendment made and then hold it over a day so that these people that have testified online had a chance to look at it, since we didn't have the proper form today.
Yeah, they didn't testify online, but that are probably
Yes. Testimony, sorry.
watching online, and what, Representative Koppelman, did you have?
Mr. Chairman, I guess I was just going to say, for some of those technical corrections, if we don't get it right with this amendment, I think they'll catch it on the other side. It doesn't change the nature of the bill. And for time's sake, I think we should move on, and I move a do pass.
As amended?
As amended.
Okay, we have a motion from Representative Koppelman, seconded by Representative Freilich for a due pass as amended on House Bill 1259. It was seconded by who? Oh, Representative Morton, okay. Sorry for not catching that. All right. Okay, seeing no further discussion, we'll ask clerk to take the roll for a due pass as amended on House Bill 1259.
Chairman Ruby,
Yes.
Vice Chair Greenike,
Yes.
Representative Christensen,
Yes.
Representative Dressler,
Yes.
Representative Finley DeVille, Representative Freilich,
Yes.
Representative Hendricks,
Yes.
Representative Johnston,
Yes.
Representative Casper, Representative Koppelman. Representative Maki.
Yes.
Representative Morton.
Yes.
Representative Osowski.
Yes.
Representative Schatz.
Yes.
13 to 0 and 1. Is that right? Okay. Who would like to be the bill carrier? Representative Morton. Okay. Thank you.